George says, I would like to know more about how sellers respond to lease option offers and the sandwich following that. I heard you speak to this strategy on a podcast. I'm also curious about the legal logistics of this deal structure as it has many moving parts to account for. Thanks. Okay, so I promise, I absolutely promise, if you go out right now today, completely untrained, completely fresh, completely new, and you start calling up FSBOs for sale by owners, and you say, hey, I'd like to buy your house with a lease option, and I'd like to take it over and not make any payments for 90 days and not give you any money, but you got to go. They're going to say, ha, click, because that's just not how it happens. When I teach lease options, when I teach the scripts, when I go through and role play with sellers, I never say lease option. There's a formula to talking to sellers, to finding out what's wrong with them, and then saying, okay, I have some offers. I can do this, I can do that, or I can do this. Which one do you want? And you explain all three offers. I teach my students to make 3 offers on every single property that they see. I teach them to look through and to know why they're making these 3 offers, and to look through and say that if they were the seller, which one would they choose? If they were the buyer, which one would they want the seller to choose? If they're them, which option is better for the seller to pick for them? Okay? But have you ever been to a restaurant? My dad is a little bit impossible to go to a restaurant with because he wants to walk around the whole place and see what everybody has. And then when he sits down, he wants to ask the waitress, waiter, server, whatever they're called, well, what do you like? Well, I want the biggest thing that you got on the menu. I really want a steak and potatoes, but what do you like? What do you think I should get? And your sellers are going to do that too. So when you're sitting with the seller, they're going to say, I don't know, I really just want this. Tell me which one of these looks better. And then you need to be able, again, to explain it and say, well, if I were you, this is the one I would choose because of this. But if you were me, this is the one that I would want you to choose because then I'm gonna, all right? And I am an open book, all right, y'all? I'm a realtor. I'm a broker. I have to tell the sellers everything. I don't hide anything. I don't hide anything from my students. If I'm having a really good day, I tell them. If I'm having a really bad day, I tell them. All right? If I'm having a good day with my sellers or a bad day with my sellers, I tell them because the truth always wins. And when you're sitting with your sellers and you're trying to negotiate and you're trying to, help them help themselves is what you're trying to do, you tell them the truth. You do it in a way that uses words that they understand, and you do it in a way that makes sense for them. You don't go in and conduct a mini real estate seminar because that's going to be a no. Every time. I could go in and teach little real estate seminars to my sellers, but they don't care. Okay? They don't care about what I'm doing or how I do it as long as I am fixing their problem. They don't care what I have to do behind the scenes. They don't care how much money I make. I had a seller last summer. She emailed me today, actually. She said, we don't care how much money you make. And then her husband said, yeah, we hope you make $1 million on this house. It's a $140,000 house, y'all. I'm not making $1 million on it. I will make about $45,000 on it, but I'm not making $1 million. They were totally happy with whatever it was I was doing, as long as I solved their problem. And that's what we do. That's what I teach my students how to do, is how to have that conversation, how to have it smoothly. I will practice it with them. I will pretend to be the seller with them. I'll come up with questions that sellers are going to come up with so that they can role play with me or one of the other students in the group so that they can, go through it as a practice before they're like live on stage. I want my students to be totally prepared to have these conversations and introduce these solutions in a way that the sellers are going to say, oh my gosh, I've never heard of that. Yeah, sign me up. Sometimes they're not that enthusiastic about signing up for it, but they'll say, never heard of anything like this, but it sounds pretty good. Where do I sign? Right here, sir. Okay? That's what I teach in First Deal Done Fast. And that's why I teach it. Because I promise, even I could not call a seller right now and say, hey, you want to give me a lease option on your house? No, that would be a no. So we have to put a process, we have to put a script, we have to put a plan, we have to practice it, and then we go out and deliver and get the contract signed. So George, that's how we convince the sellers to do a lease option with us. First of all, I don't convince anybody to do anything. I merely give 3 different opportunities and I let them choose which one they want. Whichever one benefits them the best, as long as they're working with me, because I already know how and where I'm going to make money on these deals, depending on which one they do. And that's something that we do on the Dealmakers Club on Mondays in First Deal Done Fast, first Monday of the month. Everybody submits one lead sheet, one seller lead sheet, and Jason and I go through and we make 3 offers per property. Some of y'all are on the Dealmaker Club Mondays. Tell them how awesome the Dealmaker Mondays are. So I give 3 offers per property, depending on the lead sheet that we got. Jason gives 3 offers, and a lot of times our offers are not the same. And then we show how much money we're going to make on each offer. And we did this Monday. We did 3 lead sheets. We only had 3 students submit a seller lead sheet. It took us like an hour and a half to get through all of them because we're going to go all the way through everything and completely explain every single thing that we're thinking and things that we've encountered, and we're going to answer all the questions while we're there with them. So it took an hour and a half. And all 3 deals, we made 3 different offers. So I made 3, Jason made 3, that's 9. So we had 18 offers on Monday. And most of the offers that we made, we calculated how we were going to make at least $50,000 on each offer. That was because the seller lead sheets that came in this week were amazing, amazing. It's also because we did the Dealmakers Club in September and everybody got to learn through that video, and so they submitted really good lead sheets. I don't know, maybe in November we'll make 5 or 10,000 on each offer. Maybe we'll make 100,000. I don't know. I don't know what you're going to send me for the Dealmaker Monday. Okay, and George, you also asked about the legal logistics of the deal structure. And I say 1 million times until I am blue in the face or red in the face, get an attorney. I'm not sure, I'm not an attorney. Let me check with your attorney on that. Okay, I will explain and I will help you set it up and I will help you get it out there and I will help, guide you through what the attorney process is going to look like. And I will help you find an attorney in your area. Okay, Deb and I were talking yesterday on our one-on-one call, and she was really struggling finding an attorney. So I helped her go around her town. I helped her go around her town that I've never been to, and I helped her find 5 attorneys to call today to see if they would be interested in doing this. I also pointed her to the 2 videos we have in the course on what you need to ask an attorney to make sure that they're going to be good for you, and how you need to make sure that they respond to what you ask to make sure that this is going to be an ongoing relationship instead of just a one-hit wonder. All right, so the legal logistics, we're going to get a full-blown contract with our seller, okay? And we're going to file that with the county so that it clouds the title and they can't sell the house without us. That's the biggest legal thing, and the attorney can do all of that.